The London busking scheme is a hit with performers and the traveling public. Passers-by can enjoy more than 100,000 hours of live acts and musical performances each year. One London resident, who goes by the name Heavy Metal Pete, has spent most of his adult life performing in London hotspots like Trafalgar Square and Covent Garden.
At a young age of 20, I was living with somebody who juggled a little bit. I got into it, and somebody else said to me, while you're practicing, you should do it on a street corner with a hat in front of you as an incentive to keep you practicing longer. And I was working building sites at the time, and just doing that thing, practicing with a hat in front of me, it wasn't long for us making more doing that than I was on a building sites.
With the help of his wife, Maria, he has been entertaining people in Covent Garden for many years. But not just anyone can come to Covent Garden, put down some rope, and start performing.
A lot of waiting around and a lot of picking up. It's always entertaining.
At Covent Garden, there's an audition process. You do have to audition for this particular pitch, and you have to have insurance for your audience members, not personal insurance. But it's a nice setup. You don't have to pay a fee to perform here, which is nice.
It's all about public liability. If it's run out, you have to renew. Otherwise, they won't let you perform.
The Underground is privately owned, the National Rail is privately owned, and the South Bank and parts of Covent Garden are privately owned as well. So a lot of the places you need to audition to get a license, and other places you just rock up and start singing.
Performers make a living not only with their talent, but with their ability to capture an audience. On a good day, performer Dan Kay estimates an audience of
at least 10,000, maybe closer to 20, because if I do a show and I've got about 200-300 people watching, and then other people got the same amount of people or more, and it goes all day long, and then they do other stuff, it must be this number at least.
It's all about bringing people together and make them laugh. That's most important. It's not about what you are doing. If you can make people smile and laugh, that's most important.
And there you have it. Covent Garden has been home to more than thousands of performers since the 1600s, and it hasn't slowed down since. For nearly 40 years, singer and songwriter Terry Sinclair has soaked up the London performing experience.
This has been my home territory, and I'm very interested in the culture here. So it's been, and I have a love relationship with Covent Garden and its history. And I am actually, and now believe it, I'm a trustee of Covent Garden since last year. So I have a lot of interest, a lot of history with Covent Garden.
Not only can you find delightful shows throughout the brick streets of London, many musicians also perform underground, making morning commutes a little bit happier. Buskers in the Underground have a unique audience of about 3.5 million passengers every day. Like what you see but don't have any cash? Buskers have electronic card readers to help make the tipping process easier.
I take anything. Ladies, it doesn't have to be money anyway. Yeah. Cash transactions, cards, people give weird stuff as well.
Although street performers can make more than a living during the tourist seasons, business has slowed down with the current coronavirus pandemic.
Well, I can't count the tourists. I mean, there's very few today because this virus thing, and this is the quietest I've ever seen it for a Saturday. It's usually very busy.
Typically, this time of year, this place should have been packed, like 6-7 rows of each, like all the way around. So it's shocking how much this is affecting everyone.
People come here, they hug each other, No, it makes it a lot worse.
For Heavy Metal Pete and performers just like him, they plan to keep entertaining as long as they can.
Just trying to be as entertaining as I can, I suppose. That's all it down to. A little bit of crowd psychology involved, but just mostly being entertaining, being somebody that I'd want to watch.
Just making strangers smile, genuinely. Like, even if the money was terrible, I'd still do it.
In London's Covent Garden, I'm Katy Fink, Channel 8 News.